Kenya is among the 3 countries in the Horn of Africa that bore the brunt of the recent drought that was occasioned by consecutive seasons of below-average rainfall, the worst dry spell in 40 years. As you head to the eastern parts of the country, in Makueni and Kitui counties, you cannot help but notice the wide expanse of dry land tucked underneath the scorching sun. The 2 counties, according to the National Drought Management Authority, were among over 20 counties that were most affected by the drought. Makueni County is home to over 987,000 people, while Kitui has a total population of over 1.1 million. Most households in these counties rely on subsistence rain-fed agriculture, but the sporadic rainfall patterns has made agriculture an extremely challenging endeavor. Nicholas Kimeu, the head of project World Hunger Hilfe, Makueni and Kitui, explains the nexus between the devastating impact of climate change and environmental degradation.
Many houses are struggling to get food because they are not farming enough food for the families owing to the low rains and the poor distribution of rainfall. And that has meant the local communities involve themselves in environmental degradation through making a living through charcoal burning.
This problem is the fulcrum of the Green Park project, a project that is headed by World Hunger Hilfe in close collaboration with its implementing partners like Caritas Kitui and Reconcile. The project Green Park, which is an abbreviation of Greening with Jobs, Environmental Preservation and Restoration in rural Kenya, aims at supporting sustainable consumption and production patterns.
It targets 9,000 persons, and also indirectly it targets 27,000 persons.
Food insecurity and high levels of malnutrition remain a major concern in the 2 counties. According to NDMA, the percentage of children at risk of malnutrition remained as high as 11.4% for Makueni County and about 7.5% for Kitui County by August this year. The Green Park project is a fundamental part of what accelerates the vision of World Hunger Hilfe, which is to create a world where everyone can live in dignity and justice, free from hunger and poverty. In Matidhini village in Makueni County, Jonathan Maweo and his wife Jane Thambi are tending to their kitchen garden, the splendors of the greenery covering this piece of land in an area known to be dry and infertile is eye-catching. Jane narrates how she used to struggle to find nutritious food for her family and how that has changed after they were trained on climate-smart agriculture through agroecology, after which she established her kitchen garden.
Huo mradi wa WHH wametufunza mambo mengine kama upandaji wa miembe kama maembe. Pia hayo maembe nayo tukiyala yanatupa pia miili yetu kuwa na nguvu na kujikinga kutokana na magonjwa aina mbalimbali.
Nimemwambia tunachanganya wiluvalo mbili ya mchanga.
Her husband Jonathan is one among 20 TOTs who have been equipped with skills on climate-smart agriculture and are now cascading that knowledge to other farmers. His class today is on how to use this vertical grow bag to plant vegetables. With great mastery, he guides the farmers on how to mix the soil and ferry it to be transferred into the bag that is installed at a strategic location at the farm or garden. The soil will then be watered for 2 to 3 days before planting, with each bag capable of accommodating approximately 300 seedlings.
Nilikuja kama TOT na tukaambiwa tutafute watu 200 na nikatafuta watu 250 na nikaendelea na kuwasomesha na hiyo watu 250, kama watu 200 kila mmoja ako na mboga nyumbani kwake.
For other farmers like Georgina Musyoki, who is a mother of 4, adopting simple technologies that are accessible to anyone has helped expand these revolutionary agricultural practices that do not even depend on rain to thrive.
Uzuri wa huu kulima ni rahisi, kwa maana unatumia the local available material kama mtungi yenye imepasuka, matofali yenye hayana faida, na si lazima utumie sementi, unatumia tu matope.
Another key intervention under the Green Park project is energy conservation. The declining agricultural production, coupled with the growing demand for charcoal in Kenya, especially in urban areas, has motivated smallholder farmers to shift to charcoal trade to earn income to support their families, oblivious of its impact on the environment. Patricia is part of a group of women who have been trained by Valchunga Hilfe and its partners on sustainable charcoal harvesting as part of a long-term strategy to address the deforestation crisis in the region.
Kama mti kama huu naweza angusha yote, alafu nikakatakata hapo samani, nikakatakata nikaweka, hata haiwezi kutoka gunia 3.
To encourage a shift from the traditional method of wood carbonization, which has long-term negative impacts on the environment, the women have benefited from a donation of an improvised 3-layered metallic kiln, which is more efficient in production.
Traditional method is use big stems and it takes long, almost like 5 days for a complete combustion, and also a lot of it is wasted. Compared to this one, is that this one is it takes short time, and we are using now the harvested.
Alafu hii inatusaidia kupata pesa haraka, kwa sababu ni ya masaa 24, na hiyo ingine ilikuwa wiki 2.
This is the typical fireplace in a majority of households in this community. The amount of firewood needed to prepare one meal is concerning, let alone the health complications caused by the smoke it emits. WHH's Green Park project is seeking to change this into this through an intervention that entails promotion and construction of improved cook stoves which use less firewood.
Nilikuwa natumia ile jiko ya mawe 3, ilikuwa inatumia kuni mingi sana. Na sasa ninafurahia sababu nikiweka tu kuni moja, chakula inaiva hata kabla hiyo kuni haijaisha.
Several artisans have been equipped with skills to construct these rocket cook stoves. A good example is this self-help group in Kadhonzweni location, where over 20 households have benefited.
Shirika la WHH pamoja na Caritas wameshatupatia simiti mfuko 37, na ndio sasa tunaendelea na kuzitumia kwa wakati huu. Ndio nimesema tumetengeneza jiko 21, tumembakisha jiko 17.
Tunajaribiana kuadapt climate change kuhusu hii jiko, sababu sasa ukiwa na kuni moja chakula inaiva, unaweka hapa kando kidogo, kesho unapika nayo tena, na kesho hiyo nyingine unapika tu na hiyo kuni moja.
The group members also took part in the project's training on basic entrepreneurial skills and savings. They hold weekly meetings and have established revolving funds under the Village Loans and Savings Account. According to World Bank, global waste is expected to grow to about 3.4 billion tons by 2050, up from the current 2 billion tons of solid waste annually. More than 90% of waste in sub-Saharan Africa goes to open dump sites and landfills due to absence of adequate waste disposal and treatment solutions. Poor solid waste management has tremendous effects ranging from air pollution, groundwater pollution, and disease transmission. Through the Green Park project, Waltunga Hilfe and its partners are working to change the narrative for residents of Makueni and Kitui counties by supporting innovations on solid waste management. Take Joel Mutia, for instance, a 26-year-old graduate of technical and applied physics who is turning industrial waste into wealth, producing briquettes out of waste from nearby factories.
Kibwezi town has several industries, and all of them have a waste that is in the form of biomass. Kwa hivyo nikaona kuna changamoto kwa sababu hizi industries hazikuwa na good means of disposing of their biomass waste. And also there was a big challenge of charcoal production or the supply of charcoal around this area.
Evidence has shown great benefits in supporting waste management initiatives. Apart from combating environmental degradation and the health risks, the solid waste management chain has been a hub of job opportunities for many.
Before nilikuwa nafanya subsistence charcoal production or briquette production. I was only producing it on a small scale. So when WHH and Caritas came along, now they gave me the capacity that I needed, the technical capacity, the technical assistance. Now I have a kiln that can be used for commercial production. I have a briquette production machine that can be used for commercial production too.
Other milestones include the scaling up of the beekeeping project, which has seen about 60 beehives procured, distributed and installed by 6 groups within the target population, with others in the process of transitioning to the modern beehives.
Green Park project has supported 6 farmer groups or farm organizations with the beehives, honey processing kits, honey harvesting kits and packaging kits.
Waltunga Hilfe, Caritas Kitui and Reconcile have been pivotal in sustaining dialogues and community engagements on natural resource management, efforts that have borne fruit through initiatives such as mass tree planting and protection of natural resources. A good example is the rehabilitation of the Kiu water catchment area in Makindu ward in Makueni County, which was drastically impacted by human encroachment.
Zamani ilikuwa ni mto Makindu inapita hapa, na zamani za mama zetu, babu zetu, hii mto ilikuwa ni chemichemi. Ulikuwa uwezi kanyanga penye huko saa hii, kwa sababu hata wakati wa mwezi wa 10, mwezi wa 9, wakati kiangazi ni kali, ukikanyanga ulikuwa unakanyanga maji. Kulikuwa na miti all over, na kwa sababu ya human destruction, miti hii yote wakati Kiboko Mbii settlement scheme ilikuwa allocated to the community, hii miti yote wakaja wakakata, wakachoma makaa, ikawa hapa ndio mahali pa kufanya grazing, watu wakalisha pakakuwa kama jangwa.
The lack of understanding of what provision are there to allow community involvement, I think it's a big issue that if government can address the issue of awareness creation, let the community understand what their role is in resource management, natural resource governance and management. Let them understand how they can organize themselves and be able to take advantage of some of these provisions.
Despite the gains, the journey has just begun. WHH needs more funds and support to sustain this project and to reach more people, funds to help farmers to keep food on their table all year round, funds to also keep supporting innovative minds like Joel, who hopes to upscale his industrial waste management venture by upgrading his equipment. To make this green transformation a viable alternative for such vulnerable populations, it has to address their most pressing need, which is job creation and poverty eradication. And that is the engine behind the Green Park project.